Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of the TEW 2020 All Japan Pro Wrestling series here on the channel, as it is the Summer Action Series Tour, one of our shorter tours that we'll have this series. It's 10 tour show dates and then the two final shows, which we're going to have a Bruiser Birdie Memorial show, and then we'll have the kind of final show of the Summer Action Series. We have for our tour goals here, we have two matches set up for night one, as we're going to have a six-man of Stan Hansen, Johnny Ace, and Dan Smiley taking on the Super Generation Army team of Misawa, Kobashi, and Kikuchi, maybe? Might do somebody else, as far as it's obviously Super Generation Army, not at the same strength they were before Kawada turned, so still trying to get those guys ready. But they're also going to have the Headhunters and the Great Kabuki taking on the British Combat Club, which will probably be Norman, Steven Regal, and probably Johnny Smith. Maybe Dynamite. We'll see. As the second tour goal is we have a match for Night 5. Don't think it'll be the main event, but I think still could be a pretty good match to have. It's Kobashi and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against Kira Taue and Yoshinari Ogawa. As we'll be doing, as far as, with Super Generation Army and in Saruta-gun, it's, it's basically our prelim story that we are doing and probably will be doing for a long time. So we might as well add another wrinkle to that with that match. And then night 6, kind of the same thing, but we're going to add the Malenko brothers in with that. Instead, it's going to be an 8-man tag. So adding from that previous night 5 matchup, adding the likes of the Malenko brothers and Taue and Fuji, of course, the All-Asia Tag Team Champions. Then the Malenko brothers are going to take on Kira Taue and Yoshinari Ogawa, which will lead to Ogawa pinning either Dean or Joe. Either way, it's going to lead to a title match between Dean Malenko and Yoshinari Ogawa. And then night 5, or rather, tour goal number 5, as we'll have a night 8 main event in Kobashi and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against the Miracle Vines Connection, because we'll be having the Miracle Vines Alliance take on Kobashi and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi in our main event of the Summer Action Series show. Didn't want to have Misawa go back-to-back. It felt like to have Stan Hansen face Misawa at the Bruiser Birdie Memorial Show was a great idea. And then to have basically the 4 belts decided on, two title matches each of those final kind of 2 shows that we do. I just feel like that it's nice little balance there, as our co-main event for our for the Bruiser Birdie Memorial Show will be Norman, Smiley, and Steven Regal against Jumbo Saruta and Masao Fuji, which obviously an All-Asia title matchup. And I think having Norman and Regal have a big opportunity like that is great, but obviously Jumbo will be doing the heavy lifting of that match. And we're also going to, kind of to build up a little bit more the Kobashi Kikuchi Miracle Vines Alliance matchup. We're going to have the Super Generation Army of Kobashi, Kikuchi, and Jun Akiyama take on the Miracle Vines Alliance. And that's not going to be Terry Gordy as the third guy. It's going to be Taz. So this could maybe possibly switch with this match here below it in the Holy Demon Army with Yoshinari Ogawa against the Malenko brothers and Johnny Ace. Because that's a really good match on paper. So we'll see how that goes. Then the Headhunters will be taking on Dynamite Kid and Johnny Smith. And, obviously, Headhunters looking to squash Dynamite Kid there with their size, but the Headhunters, even though they came up short in their first All-Asia title matchup, they're still looking to get maybe even a title matchup at the World, Tag Team title matchup, and giant kind of leap over Jumbo and Fuji, and have their sights set on the dangerous team of Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Gary Albright. Then we're going to have Doug Furness, Terry Gordy, singles matchup. Obviously, Doug Furness is kind of in limbo because of Dan Crawford's injury. So we're kind of playing it by ear with him. And Terry Gordy, I just felt like it'd be a better matchup if it was him and not Taz. So, we just, we have a nice little match there. And then 6-man on the undercard, Takano Brothers with Shinichi Nakano, not Takano, as, I'll go ahead and change that. And they're taking on the Fantastics. That should be a pretty good matchup. And then to kick off the show, kind of the same idea that we had last episode with Hector, Guerrero, and Super Astro, but going to make it a tag now as Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro taking on Los Guerreros of Eddie and Hector. And yeah, that should be a pretty fun opener. Obviously, with Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, they do really well together as a team. As then the Summer Action Series show will go through the card as well, as we're gonna have Kenta Kobashi and Kikuchi taking on the Miracle Vines Alliance. Yoshinobu Naragawa taking on Joe Malenko for the Junior Heavyweight title. Then we're gonna have the Holy Demon Army, Kiritawe, Jun Akiyama, Kiritawe and Toshika Kawada rather taking on Mitsuha Masao and Jun Akiyama. Then we're gonna have Jumbo take on Dory Funk Jr. I feel like that makes sense as well, as far as the kind of, another kind of prelim, singles matchup. Now, Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro taking on the Fantastics. That should be a fun match there. And Masabu Fuji, Hector Guerrero. Bit of a junior heavyweight kind of #1 contendership matchup there. Then all of the British Combat Club taking on the Kano brothers, Shinichi Nakano and Gaki Kobayashi. Then to kick off that show, we're going to have Billy Black, Joel Deaton, and Richard Slinger take on the team of Firecat, Chris Candido, and Hayabusa, which obviously Hayabusa, got some big plans for him. We just got to get him ready to go. And I think him and Firecat are a fun team, so might as well, since we've teamed Candido up with Firecat, might as well add him into the fray. And, obviously, Billy Black and Joel Deaton kind of more on the bigger side of things, so it's kind of weird to have 3 juniors face, two kind of like heavyweight guys in the junior, but it is what it is there. As yeah, we can go on to night 1 now. As I've completely forgot I have this set as a normal show. Because I believe I want to say it's going to start at the beginning of August, but no, that can't be right, because that's when we started this. So yeah, so I don't know why this is set to normal. We'll keep it, though, because I think this should still be a pretty good show. Hopefully, with that main event. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But, I don't know, now I'm thinking about it. I think we should probably be on the side of caution here. Just go with Tor. See if it... Okay, so it changed, so that's nice. Even though it might still broadcast it, which is fun, but, yeah, it's, we actually won't run Kanto, even though we like doing that. Oh, we can run the 4,000 venue now. Hell yeah. Perfect. So yeah, main event, Super Generation Army, Stan Hansen, Johnny Ace, Dan Spivey. We've not done this before. As Stan's going to beat Masawa to lead into the match, as far as, that's a big win on the first night. You give a kid a lot of wins, and now he's politicking as far as, because they should still be like, yeah, that's crazy. He shot Masawa, he's like, this is a pretty bad idea. But you gotta lose sometimes. So then we're gonna have the Headhunters with Kabuki against British Combat Club, as Johnny Smith's gonna beat Kabuki there. That's right, Headhunter A is still not able to perform. That is correct. So we will be moving this to, I want to say, because, yeah, obviously we start on Friday. He comes back that Sunday, so we'll move that to night 3. That's fine. No big deal there. Completely forgot that he is still not ready to be back. So the rest of the card, as far as what we're thinking here, it's, you go a lot of different ways with it. We're still so early on in the tour. We can kind of do whatever. Kind of like to see a Holy Demon Army matchup. As far as, Joel Deaton and Billy Black, I believe we did this before. Nope. Okay. Fresh matchup, we'll take it. As, obviously the Real World Tag League is kind of around the corner. It's weird to think, as far as, because really we only have, 2 more tours, and then we're at the, well, yeah, we'll have 3 more tours, and then we'll be there for the, Tag League. That's pretty crazy, but Kawada will be getting the win. Actually, Taui could probably use a win. Might as well. That's not a bad co-main, but we'll probably think of something a little bit better than that. Hopefully. Hopefully here, as, back to the tags. As far as that's usually a safe bet. I would kind of like to see what Yuji Nagata can, as far as, because it's been a whole month since obviously we've used a lot of people, and might as well get the undercard guys on here. As far as I was thinking, teaming him with Mitsubishi, just to kind of, hey, let's see, what we got, and then Kabuki and Inoue. Sometimes you just gotta toy around till you find something, but we'll let Mitsubishi get the win over Inoue. Actually, we should probably have Great Kabuki get a win to kind of get him in the right momentum. There we go. So I think as far as like Super Generation Army guys, we've obviously used the top 3, so we can do maybe June and Kale Mori. Since Kale Mori still is in the red with Pop. Maybe the Kano brothers. Not a bad shout. Just back in April. It was a 49 when they did it then. Might be a little bit better here, but I doubt it. Might be a 50. So we'll have Shunji Takano get the win. Doesn't really matter who takes the fall in that one. Because I got a feeling that's going to be a little bit better, so we'll bump that up. So we got basically our like opener and our second match on the card. I'd like to see maybe Headhunter B. We might see what Headhunter B and Janki Malik could do as a team. Just to be like, hey, fuck it. Headhunter A's not here, so we'll you just use one of the Headhunters. Alright, so we'll go with Regal and Norman. 10 minutes. Norman getting the win for Giant Kimala. So 3 more matches. Steal the Show match for sure still needs to happen. Yeah, I mean, Los Guerreros and the British Bruisers is not a bad match that we could do for a Steal the Show match. As well as Dynamite Kid beat Eddie. It's a pretty good match. Pretty good. Oh, Hector's the road agent. Joe Gucci, both reffing and road agenting. Love to see it, so we'll probably have to change something. Billy Black is used to... Oh, just the pre-booking thing. That's right, that we gotta change. Yeah, I mean, this is, yeah, this is a tough one. I think it should go over here. So yeah, we definitely need a better co-main and a match between... Maybe even a match above that. To be honest. We'll see what... As far as, like, singles matches, we could probably do something. Yeah, let's see. Ogawa. Kind of do Ogawa and Hayabusa, but I know that's not the play. Yeah, we might just do him and Rusher. I don't like it, but well, we could do Tommy Rogers. Make it a little bit better of a matchup. Actually, I might as well. We might as well just make it a tag, have the Fantastics. Yeah, we'll do Jackie and Tommy, and then we'll do Fuji and Ogawa. Give it a little bit of time, as we'll give Ogawa the win. 16, as well, 18 technically, but you get the gist of it. So, as far as what we could do for if we have a better co-main, back into the tag, see, really got the Malenko brothers, got Terry Gordy and Taz, got Jumbo still. We could do maybe Jumbo and Baba. And as far as, see who we got. So I don't want to use Doc. We might just go with the Miracle Vine's Connection. I don't know, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, man. I'll go with this still. I'll stick with this as a Cordy will be beating Baba, even though it's going to go 20. You should not be going that long. That's the way it is, though. As we'll put it below the Holy Demon Army show, Joel Deed and Billy Black match. Very happy that we don't have this as a normal show anymore, because this would have been really bad. 51 for the opener. It's Kabuki pinning Yuji the guy with the thrust kick. 52s for both Kabuki and Mitsuya Momoto. Yuji the guy 1 point better than Masaho and Noe. It's a 58 for the Kano brothers versus Jun Akiyama and Takeo Mori. Jun Akiyama's almost in the 50s. 60 for Headhunter B and Giant Kimala as they have zero chemistry. That is fine. But British Combat Club getting the win is Norman Smith, the Norman Conquest. 65 for Los Guerreros and the British Bruisers. Fun little tag match here. Hector and Dynamite Kid did the same. Just Eddie, just not there yet. 67 for the Fantastics against Yoshinori Ogawa and Masabu Fuji. And Ogawa pinning Jackie Fulton in 15:36. This did a lot better than I expected, to be honest. Because even though, like, the Miracle Vine's Alliance team is definitely better, I'd still like a very good team, you know, as far as 87, 78, you can't really beat that. And just, Baba, 35. Not great, he almost died from this matchup. 77 for the co-main as Holy Demon Army beating Billy Black and Joel Deaton. Holy Demon Army are awesome. And then an 80 main event, Mitsuya Masawa, Kenta Kobashi, and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi losing to Stan Hansen, Dan Spivey, and Johnny Ace as Stan Hansen pinning Mitsuya Masawa with a lariat. It's 92 for Stan, 64s for Spivey and Johnny Ace. I mean, obviously the better team, Super Generation Army. Probably shouldn't have them lost, but that's okay. That is okay. Yeah, they probably shouldn't have lost there, but it's fine. It still works. As, that's day 1, night 1 in the books. On to night 2. Alright, as for night 2, let's see where we're gonna be at. So we don't have any backstage incidents or anything. Saga's not a bad shout. Yeah, we'll run here. We will run there, that is no problem. As for, night 2, trying to think what would be a great main. We want to at least show a fresh match. Really, for this tour, it's weird. It's the smallest tour, but I think it's because the Bruiser Brody Memorial shows kind of thrown me off. I really don't have a lot of, plans as far as to get to the final show, as far as, having the actual tour. So it's a little bit of thinking have to be involved. But, the Malenko brothers, I just can't help but think that they deserve a main. I think, just with how great Dean's been doing. He's been tremendous, and I would love to maybe see, as far as, because we are going to give them a main, maybe not a main, but a match, night 7. Let's see what we got. As, thinking maybe British Combat Club. That's not a bad match, though. That is not a bad match at all. Yeah, because, we had this for the All Asia Tag Titles, which was 71 when we did it. Kind of want to see this go the distance. Have it go 30. Not a bad call. Yeah, that is, it's fine by me, as far as a main event, or at least potential main event there. I want to make sure I hit time limit draw, too. I don't think I did. Let's see what we can do. Maybe even do for this main event. Sawa. And I will go Kobashi. And we'll go Stan and Spivey. I like this a little bit better, Sabine. It's a lot better. It's 27 minutes. Masawa getting a win over Spivey. Could even had him beat Stan Hansen here. I think it could have went, well, either way, but it's gonna be weird having a time limit draw before the main. That's usually a golden rule of mine to not do that, but it kind of is what it is. But that still should be a pretty good co-main, all things considered. So I do want to see Tsuyoshi Kikuchi and Hayabusa. Hayabusa's awesome, and he's going to unfortunately lose this match. Just feel like it is perfecto for, Hayabusa to get accoladed with the roster and whatnot. I do want to see Firecat and Candido against Los Guerreros. And we'll be giving Los Guerreros the win here. Hector getting the win over Firecat. Trying to think who else Headhunter B can team up with one more time. There's really nobody else that really fits that well. Maybe Kobayashi. It's kind of weird, but we have the Tiger Mask Hunter and the Headhunter. We'll give it a shot. We'll go main and junior guy as far as, because that's kind of what we did there. We could go Gordy and Taz, even though Taz is not really a junior, but he's I think could definitely benefit from being in this spot here. As well as Terry Gordy. This is tough, because it's like, we haven't beat Headhunter B? I think we do. Unfortunately. I believe we do. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, but I think that's the right decision. Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough kind of layout, because I think there's going to be... Probably we should have something a little bit better here for the 30-minute draw. Maybe Dory Funk Jr. or somebody. That's not a bad option for a Steal the Show match. Yeah, we'll do him and Dragon. What a match. As, boy, we're gonna give Ultimate Dragon this win. I'm sure Dory Funk Jr. is gonna be pleased with that. Oh wow, I didn't complain. Shout out Dory Funk Jr. being the man. Then our undercard matches. I think we're gonna have Satoru Asako. Yeah, we'll have Ruka Aijin. Ruka Aijin getting the win. There we go. As in the opener, Junichi Maeda, Kabuki against Harlem Heat. We're back to doing this again. It was a 48 last time we did it. We're gonna give Booker T and Steve Ray the win. Booker's gonna beat Junichi Maeda. Much deserved win. I'm gonna actually bump that up. Now watch it suck when we do it here. Alright. Something's up. Is it still not enough time? Yeah, wow, 60. I guess that makes sense. 2:30. Goddamn. Guess we did kind of give these matches a little bit more time than we usually do. Didn't mean to hit that, but that's alright. Meant to hit this, because we gave this a slap. Nah, that's fine. Let's just run it. 41 for Satoru Saka and Rugaijin. Rugaijin getting the win in 9:33. 46 for Harlem Heat against Junichi Maeda and the Great Kabuki. Cooled the crowd a little. And so this is Tsuyoshi Kikuchi and Hayabusa. Was, 10-point difference. So that's not bad for Hayabusa. Not bad at all. Man. It's not over enough, but Eddie's coming along. It's Hector with the Japanese roll in 1750. 63 for Kunaki Kobayashi and Headhunter B against Terry Gordy and Taz. Taz almost outperforms Kunaki Kobayashi. It was off his game. 58 for Ultimo Dragon and Dory Funk Jr. I just think the crowd's not really into it. If I had to guess, yeah, just a dead crowd. So that probably been a little bit better. 65 here, again, this probably been maybe a little bit better. Time limit draw there. And 82, though, at least for the main, that got the crowd interested, is Kobashi and Misawa beating Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey. That's a very good main event. That saved the fucking show. For sure. On to night 3. Alrighty. So again, no backstage incidents. We'll just get right into it. Yeah, we'll run here in Kyushu as our little 6-man of headhunters with Kabuki, and then British Combat Club is Johnny Smith's going to beat the Great Kabuki. That's obviously not going to be a main, but it's going to be a match that I was just like, yeah, that'd be fun to do. As really, I think as far as a match that I would like to see also, this could also help out Kobashi and Kikuchi at the same time, so I really like this, but they're going to beat Johnny Ace and Spivey. So we'll have Kobashi over Johnny Ace. I like it. I like it a little bit more than that match, so we'll swap it. You know, really, a Jumbo Fuji tag match as far as, or maybe not even a tag, a 6-man. Not the worst idea in the world. Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world, so go with that. Fuji, Gawa, and Jumbo. I kind of want to run Misawa and then Jun Akiyama to KO Mori. That might be a little too much, though, for, you know, Misawa to kind of have to drag everybody. Let's do it. As Jumbo can beat Mori. Our heavyweight champion, the Triple Crown champ, and 2 Young Lions. Main event. But we'll probably think of something maybe a little better than that. As far as I would love to see the Alliance. Ooh, now this is when it gets slim pickings. You know, we don't have anybody to really team with Stan. We could, I guess, do Dorian Stan, but that'd be weird. Just to see what it would be like. Gaijin. I think everyone knows who's going to take the fall here. It's going to be Dory Funk Jr., but... yeah, it's not a bad little match, though. We could even went with the connection instead. Could have even done Stan Hansen and Doug Furnace. Yeah, I kind of like that a little bit more. We'll do Doug and Stan, and then instead of Gary and Doc, we'll do Gary and Terry Gordy, actually. Oh, that's right. I think they don't have any chemistry for... yeah, they don't. Yeah, let's sway away from that. So we'll go with the connection. Changing this all around. So we're going to give Terry the win over Furnace. I think I'm going to have that be the main. I think that's the right choice there. Let's see what we get. So we got the... we do the Holy Demon Army. It's not a bad call. Yeah, like, yeah, but Yamamoto Mighty no way. Yeah, that's... just keep squashing dudes with the Holy Demon Army. Somewhat of a squash, but not outright squash. They'll still be competitive, back and forth, but we're just feeding teams to them at this rate. As I would like to see Super Astro and Multiple Dragon team. And they could face Hosaka and Yuji Nagata. Well, Young Lion established team. Super Astro getting the win there. Oh, no, that should be right where it is. We might move that up. I don't know. I think we'll keep it right there, to be honest. Well, I'm thinking about it, this should probably... we'll cut that down to make that Steal the Show match, actually. More I'm looking at this match. Yeah, let's get Dynamite Kid on the card. Kind of want to have Eddie beat him. It is a thought. Yeah, we'll probably just go with Satoru Osaka though instead. Done this before, yeah? Somewhat. Did a 6-man, but not singles. So Dynamite Kid's gonna get the win. And one final match. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great guys that haven't really been booked yet, like Gary Albright. Akuma's leaving, and we should have been really having him job out, because he's retiring pretty soon. That was feed him to Taz. He's gonna dominate him too. Hell yeah. Yeah, we gave him a win in a tag match, but not anything like that. We'll even cut down the time. Sick. Let's open up the show with that. Alright. Let's run it. 27. That's what the Katahajime in 5:39. That's hilarious. That sucked, though. That's so funny. They just weren't really over enough. 49, though, for Dynamite Kid and Satoru Osaka. I mean, Dynamite Kid's steeply falling down performance-wise when he's not teaming with Johnny Smith, which is pretty accurate to the time. That's 56 for Osaka and Yuji Nagata against Ultimate Dragon Super Astro. Nice one. Nice one. As Super Astro pinning Yuji Nagata with the Astro Scissors. 68 for the Holy Demon Army versus Mitsuya Yamamoto and Mighty Inoue as Holy Demon Army. Getting them with the Powerbomb Nodawa Otashi. Great little win there, 936. It's Johnny Smith pinning the Great Kabuki with a Death Valley bomb in 1424. As, yeah, we got a 67 for Johnny Smith, 64 for Norman, 62 for Headhunter A, Headhunter B, and the Great Kabuki off their games. It's Regal with a 57. 71 for Kobashi Kikuchi against Dance 5 Johnny Ace. Kendo Kobashi and Kikuchi, better team there. So nice for them to get the win. It's Kobashi with a brainbuster for Johnny Ace. Oh, Jumbo cracks his tailbone. That's not it. 63. That's interesting. Because, I mean, the Young Lions, they were in it, but it has dead crowd and the injury. Huh. That's tough, a cracked tailbone. Oh, it was Takeo Mori caused it. That's what happens if you put him in the ring with established talent, as they injure the veterans. Is Terry Gordy pinning Doug Furnace with the power bomb in 2002. 90 for Stan Hansen, 88 for Dr. Death, and then 74 is for Terry Gordy and Doc. It's a very good match. Very, very good main event. 79. Gladly take that. It's on to night 4. Alright, night 4. Let's see what we have as... Oh, this is perfect. Already got us in place we should be. Awesome. It's getting tougher as far as to think of main events, as far as unique main events. It's getting tougher, that is for sure. Let's see here. Let's go with an 8-man. Let's go with all of Super Generation Army. Sawa. Jun Akiyama. We can go down here, and then Kobashi Kikuchi. And slide in right there. And we'll go with Stan with Spivey and Ace, but also Richard Slinger. So a little Gaijin Super Generation Army 8-man. Get some guys some big spots as far as... Is Richard Slinger... Oh, that's right, I think he is hurt. I want to say... Yeah, he's got to be. Huh. I don't even remember that. Well, shit. We'll go with Dory Funk Jr., I guess. Guess he could slide in over there. Or we're gonna go with Doug Furnace, since we had Doug... Yeah, well, I guess we'll just go with Doug Furnace. Very tempting. Very tempting. Give this team over here the win. Probably should. They're the better team. For sure. But we're going to give the win to Kenta Kobashi. Nah, let's kind of go back to this. I'll leave it open and slow build. But for now, we'll... And decisive. For now, we'll let it sit. Let it marinate. Think of something else we could do. As, you know, I think... Because we're doing... We also are doing an 8-man on night 6 as well. I think really the big thing that I would like to see, maybe here, as a co-main, is do Johnny Smith with the Bruisers. And then we'll go Taue, Fuji, and Ogawa. No, not Ogawa, actually. We'll go Holy Demon Army with Fuji. And we'll have the... British Combat Club is what we're needing. There we go. So we're going to give the win to Norman over Fuji to set up, for the All-Asia Tech Title matchup. Yeah, I think we're going to give the win to Masawa and Company, Super Generation Army, as we'll have Masawa beat Spivey. Yeah, I think that's for the best. So, with Jumbo's cracked tailbone, I'm going to try to ease off of booking him as much as we can, unless it's necessary. So like this is the big 8-man that's happening on night 6, and that's pretty much it as far as how I want to book him during this tour. Not like he's gonna get even injured more, but it's just, be nice, be a nice thing to do for him as a tag match. Let's take a look here. The Kano brothers. Yeah, the Headhunters are back, so we could do this. We did just do this in the Power Series back, I guess that would be now almost 2 months ago, so. And we gave the win to the Headhunters. Let's get away from that. Yeah, let's go Harlem Heat. And the Headhunters. So I want to say, yeah, I'll say we did this at the Champion Carnival. So at least it's been a little longer. So we'll give B the win. So we'll go 6-man. Let's go with the Inoues with Tsubamoto. Just the Kanos with Hosaka. Sometimes you just gotta throw shit out there. Just like, yeah, obviously established kind of team over here. We'll give the win to Mighty Inoue, actually, over Hosaka. It's probably the wrong decision. That's what we're gonna go with. Yeah, I think that's in a good spot, actually. We just need some more mid-card stuff. Like the Fantastics in a tag against Los Guerreros. So, yeah, we did the 6-man with this. We love having Guerreros in Steal the Show matches. So we're going to give Eddie the win. This is a big win. He's going to be Bobby Fulton. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So, Kuma. I mean, do we have Takeo Mori beat him? Yeah. Yeah, we do. Is the crowd gonna hate it? Yeah. Yeah, is the crowd really gonna hate that a young lion's gonna dominate him? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Just love it. Sometimes you just gotta book shit where you just don't give a fuck. You just don't care the outcome of what's gonna happen, the effects of what you're doing. It's gonna be like, fuck it. This is gonna get this guy over. We're gonna do it. It's Firecat and Hayabusa. So, obviously Super Astro and Ultimate Dragon's a great team, for Firecat and Hayabusa, but we need them to beat like a team. I think we'll go with Kunaki Kobayashi, Shinichi, Nakano. Is that a nice little kind of team? Yeah, Shinichi Nakano does have his bruised pectoral going on right now, but Hayabusa will be getting the win over Kunaki Kobayashi. Shout out Kunaki Kobayashi putting over the young talent. Yeah, that's fine. Gave it a thought. It's like, do we want to protect him? It's like, no. No, we don't really need to. As a singles match. This is a tough one. Yeah, this is a tough one. Yeah, Jackie Fulton could use a win. Yeah, Dynamite Kid. Jackie beats him. Boy. I don't know how I feel about that. Ultimate Dragon's awesome. He could use a win. Dean could actually use a win. If we want to give it to Candido, it's there. This is just the tour where we don't give a fuck. We are rocket strapping a lot of guys getting some big wins. Because even if I keep him strong, he's going to still bitch about it. Yeah, so it's like, fuck it. That's what you get for being an asshole, Dynamite Kid. This is Candido's decade anyways. Move on over. Damn it, so he really can't work? Like, only 10 minutes now? In singles matches? It's wild. Yeah, I have no idea how that's gonna go, to be honest. I mean, that might be really good, that might not be. I'll trust it over that, though. We'll swap that. Alright. Just gotta change to 2 hours, and we're good to go. Yeah, 24. Yeah. So 50 for Mitsuya Momoto in the Inoue's against Deki Osaka and Takano Brothers. But Inoue with the Steamroller in 10:08. Yeah, I mean, Takano Brothers probably should have won there with Osaka. It's fine. 51 for Hayabusa and Firecat against Shinichi Nakano and Kanki Kobayashi. Hayabusa best guy in the match, so there we go. It's exactly what we needed. Yeah, Candido and Dynamite Kid, he outperforms him. Dynamite Kid was off his game, really off his game, causing that, but Candido with the headbutt too, no less. Diving headbutt in 10:05. 55 for the Headhunters Harlem Heat match. Headhunter B with the diving leg drop over Stevie Ray. Hunters, though, given 64-62. Not bad at all. 56 for Los Guerreros and the Fantastics. It's Hector and Eddie against the Fantastics. Yeah, I mean, Eddie with a 53. Bobby Fulton, best guy in the match. Shout out Eddie Guerrero, getting a huge win with a frog splash. 69 for the British Combat Club against Saruta as Norman Smiley. Tabbing out Masamu Fuji with the Norman Conquest. It's pretty close. It's Norman and Fuji with 3 points difference. Really just Taue and Kawada really gave them the edge there. 73 for our main event. It's not great, but you know, with a shitty crowd that we never really won over again, it's not really that bad. With a dead crowd, that's not bad at all. We'll gladly take that. Luckily, it's a tour show anyway, so fuck it. It's on to night 5. We're at the halfway point, at least, of the tour shows, and then we'll have our 2 final shows, obviously, after day 10. It's alright, night 5. We got Kendo Kobashi and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against Akira Taue and Yoshinori Ogawa. And so we might just run the Nakajima Sports Center just to get that out of the way. Should be a pretty good match here, though. Kobashi's going to beat Taue. That's huge. Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I guess we'll kind of leave it as that. I think it's pretty good co-main, though. I believe. Yeah, it's tough, you know, for the main event. You know, we kind of want to stray away from Stan and Masao. We've kind of done that a little, you know, a little too much. So maybe something a little different. As far as, maybe something like Norman. Or even, we'll do Johnny Smith and Regal against the Combat Club. Or not the Combat Club, Jesus, they are the Combat Club. We'll go with Jumbo, and instead of Fuji, it will be Kawada. Might even do Kawada and Fuji, just to save Jumbo as much as we can. It's not a bad idea, actually. Kawada can beat Johnny Smith, and it you know, probably be like no big deal, really, here. Or Kawada can even beat Regal. This would be awesome, the Regal Kawada. Pretty awesome. Match I did not know I needed until right now. It's a big spot, for British Combat Club, but I think Kawada's going to deliver in a big way, and should be a pretty good main event for the tour, hopefully. So here's the weird thing, the Malenko brothers and Johnny Ace. I think really with them, they're taking on Holy Demon Army in Ogawa, and of course Ogawa's going to take on Malenko at the Summer Action Series final show. So really, I think the best thing we could do is kind of establish the Malenko brothers. We might even do, I didn't even think about this, instead of doing Johnny Ace, doing Dory Funk Jr. with the Malenko brothers. That makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, we're going to do that instead. Yeah, that's what we're just going to make that change. Because we've established them teaming before, and I think that's not a bad idea at all. Not a bad idea at all. So we might try as far as, I just want to see what an Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, Hayabusa team would look like. Let's just, let's live in this realm of of fantasy. As Dory Funk Jr. is going to get his win back. He's not going to beat Ultimo Dragon, though, because Dragon's the man. We're going to have him beat Super Astro. What a match, though. Yeah, Dory Funk Jr. is going to look like a dinosaur compared to some of those guys in there, but that's okay. That is okay. So I'd like to see the Fantastics get a win since we just had them lose. Especially Bobby Fulton losing to Los Guerreros. So we'll go with Joel Deaton and Billy Black here. As far as, in the same Philip times, this Champion Carnival. They're kind of 1-on-1 as far as 2v2 matches. So nice little change of pace to have. I'll have Tommy Rogers get the win. Or rather, Bobby Fulton get the win. Nice little match. Give it 18 and just kind of see what happens. So that's our top 4. Bottom 4. Yeah, I really want to give Eddie some wins. I think that could really help him out. So he'll beat Akuma here. He will also dominate him. Even though that makes no goddamn sense. And we'll have Hector in a match, singles match. See who we could have him beat. Yeah, him and Firecat's not a bad option. Him and Jackie Fulton's not a bad option. Yeah, we'll go Jackie here. We'll give Jackie the win, too. It's a good little match. Good little undercard match. This is probably our best night so far, as I think as a complete card. I really like it. And we just need, as far as 2 more matches. Thinking tag. We never really have done, it's kind of funny, I don't think we've done Mitsuya and Masao Noe. It's like a team, just never really tried it. Let's give it a shot here. As, the Terry Gordy Taz team will be getting the win. As Taz is going to beat Mitsuya to try and help out his popularity. So shout out Taz. See if Mamoto complains about it. He does not. What a champ. I don't know, I just feel like that should probably be, I don't know. Yeah, let's bump it up. And then we'll put a match in between the 2 singles. I mean, do we do Headhunters and then, we could even do, this be, I don't even know if I have enough people for this match. Headhunters, Kabuki, Junichi Maeda, And then we can go Jun Akiyama, KO Mori, with Hosaka and Asako. So Young Lions versus team on the left. As we'll give Kabuki a win. Doesn't really matter which one takes the fall on that right side. Could either one. Yuji Nagata in that match. Alright. Just gotta change this. And night 5 is ready to go. Let's run it. 25. Love it. 51 for the Great Kabuki, Jun Izumai and the Headhunters against Jun Akiyama, Takeya Mori, Takeya Osaka, and Satoru Asako. In 10-17, Jun Akiyama taking the thrust kick. Well, that was the one guy I was kind of like, I hope it's not him. That's what I give for not picking someone. Should have been Osaka, but that's okay. Jun Akiyama, though, 51. He almost outperformed the Great Kabuki. That's great for him. 55 for Hector and Jackie Fulton. Pretty close, 1 point difference. Jackie Fulton wins with a fantastic flip. Another 55 is Taz and Jerry Gordy beating Mitsuya Momoto and Saanoe. Taz outperforms him. Mitsuya Momoto was really off his game, though, too, at the same time. But nice win for Taz. 54 for the Fantastics and Billy Black and Gerald Eaton. Bobby Fulton pinning Billy Black with a fantastic flip in 1750 there. 67 for Dory Funk Jr. and the Malenko Brothers against Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, and Hayabusa. Steve Malenko with a 79. 66 for Ultimo Dragon. 63 for Dory Funk Jr., 58 for Hayabusa and Super Astro, and then 53 for Joe Malenko. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Not bad. Hayabusa and Super Astro are doing the same. Hayabusa and Super Astro both outperforming Joe Malenko. And Joe was off his game, so was Super Astro, though, too. But it's just crazy. Hayabusa, he's the man. The man. And it's Kenta Kobashi and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi beating Kiritawa and Yoshinari Aragawa as Kenta Kobashi with the Brainbuster in 1955. Good stuff there, as Kobashi and Taue, 80-77, 69 for Kikuchi, 65 rather for Ogawa. 69, though, for our main event. That ain't it, as Bruce Tailbone for Regal. Kawada and Fuji, they did pretty well, but just didn't have that same effect as the main event did. Kawada gets on Kawada Crab, though. Yeah, the wrong thing went on last. We should have went with what we had as our main event, with Kobashi and Kuchi, Taue, and Ogawa. So we get for having too much faith in Johnny Smith and Steven Regal. If it was Norman and Smith, but a lot better, but actually I don't think they clicked. That's why we went with that. So don't mind me. So on to night 6 we go. That's going to be the night with the big ass 8-man. Alrighty, as for night 6. Again, with no backstage incidents. We're getting really lucky here. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to run here. The Hiroshima Sun Plaza. This big-ass 8-man. As Yoshinari Aragawa will be getting the win over Joe Malenko in 20 minutes, of course, because this will be the main. We'll see how Jumbo can do with the injury. As for our co-main event, that's a better question. I would like to see perhaps the British Combat Club. Yeah, and then that's, I would like to see them at least get a tag win over an established team that it would, help boost them up and elevate them. Maybe Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro might be this perfect candidate for this matchup, to be honest, because this should be a pretty good match. Regal does have the bruised tailbone, but, I think this should still be a pretty good match. All things considered, we'll give Norman the win over Super Astro. And there we go. I mean, that's a pretty good co-main. If not, we could probably definitely get something probably a little better than that in the co-main event spot. Really the big thing here is, with this match, it's, because we're, Kenta Kobashi and Kikuchi's taking on the Miracle Vines Alliance, so kind of putting stuff with Doc and Terry and even Taz, it gets a little redundant maybe at times, but I think it's definitely needed for sure. But we'll go with Gordy, Taz, Albright, so we'll take all of the Miracle Vines Alliance. They'll take on the Headhunters, Kabuki, Taz team. I think that just... Or, Taz. Jun Izumaida team. That obviously would be Vampiro, but... Of course, Vampiro is out for a couple of months. Thought it was going to be a lot more. Yeah, his injury, luckily, surgery went well, and he'll be back relatively soon. Sooner than I would have imagined. Yeah, we'll have this steal the show, I guess. I'll bump it up to 11. Gary Albright. No, we'll give it to Taz. Taz could beat Jun Izumaida. Actually, we'll have Taz beat Kabuki. Ooh, not slow build. We'll go decisive. Alright. So I think as far as British Bruisers, they could use a win. Maybe the Kano brothers. Because we've been giving them some wins. Yeah, night 14. Yeah, the British Bruisers beat them. So maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, I keep on trying to hit the verses. There we go. There we go. As, we might go Fantastics here. That's not a bad shout. Yeah, especially because we've never done this as a tag. This is great. Give it to Dynamite Kid since he needs it. He can beat Tommy Rogers. As for the rest of the card, Kawada's got really nothing to do. Why don't we just throw him and Yuji Nagata in the undercard? Because this is going to be incredible. Not right now, but you know, a couple of years. That's certainly a match to look forward to in the future. We got a tag match here. Firecat and Hayabusa. Over Mitsuya Momoto and... Oh, we bumped it. Masawa. That would have been... I'm interested. Masawa not in this. It will be Firecat Hayabusa against Mitsuya Momoto and Mighty Inoue. Hayabusa beating Mighty Inoue. As, yeah, I mean... He could be chilly, you know, as far as Mighty Inoue's... Yeah, momentum, that's fine. It's no big deal to me at all, as Mighty Inoue was unhappy about it, but then looked to complain about it, but they had a change of heart after noticing the intimidating sight of Hayabusa cracking his knuckles and glaring. I would suspect Hayabusa's like a shooter dude to be scared of, but I mean, just out of pure awesomeness for Hayabusa, I wouldn't want to complain. It's like, this guy's incredible. It does a 450. Can do a Phoenix Splash. It's awesome. As yeah, this is going to be interesting because I think we'll have to Kano Brothers lose to Johnny Ace and Dan Spivey actually because they could use a win. They could use a win. 14 minutes there. No, let's make it 16. We'll give Johnny Ace the win. Actually, we'll have Shunji the Kano beat. Or rather, Dan Spivey beat Shunji the Kano. Giant and giant of these matches. So we just need one more match. I think it should go there, to be honest. Maybe a little lower, I don't know. It's tough with how they're going to rate that match, because Taz is beating Kabuki. Either way, I think it's going to be fine. We just need one more undercard matchup. As we'll have Nakano. Just want to make sure as far as... Or we could have Okuma lose again. That's always a good shout. As, yeah, we could have Osaka beat him. We could have Candido beat him. I don't think who really... Really anybody could... Booker T could actually use this win. Yeah, we'll go with Booker. Because I'm not giving up on Harlem Heat. I should. with the amount of times we've booked them, and they have just kind of steadily have stayed the same. It doesn't even complain about it. It didn't even make it dominant. As we could, let's do it. Let's make it dominant. Well, still didn't complain about it. Shout out Booker T and Akuma for we beat him in submission. So what that is oh yeah, we need to steal the show match. It could be this. I thought it was gonna be this. Yeah, I thought it just didn't. Oh no. Yes. The 8-man. The second 8-man on this card is, yeah, Taz getting the win over Kabuki. There we go. Alright, so we're good to go now. Let's run the show. Yeah, 21 for the opener. You'd think I would learn to stop having shitty openers. But we're going to try to squeeze out all of Akuma's popularity that we can. As much as we can. But Toshiro Kawada and Yuji Nagata is a 60. It's Yuji Nagata taking the Kawada Crab in 10-15. 53 for Firecat and Hayabusa over Mitsuya Momoto, Mighty Inoue. Hayabusa again, best guy in this matchup. Gets the one with the Falcon Arrow. We'll have to see if he's got the Phoenix Splash and even the 450 Splash. It's Dynamite Kid with the diving headbutt in 1821. Because I'm trying to remember when Hayabusa actually debuted the Phoenix Splash. So I don't think it was as early as 93. It might have been, though. I'll have to take a look. Off the top of my head, I am drawing a blank. As Johnny Smith with a 67. 58 for Bobby Fulton. 56 for Tommy Rogers. And 53 for Dynamite Kid. As Dynamite Kid, Johnny Smith, the British Bruisers, getting the win there. 57 for the Takano Brothers against Johnny Ace and Dan Spivey. Pretty close. Pretty close little matchup there. As Dan Spivey with the Spivey Spike over Shunji Takano. 15-48. 67, though, for the 8-man of Miracle Vine's Alliance against the Headhunters, Kabuki and Junichi Maeda, as Kabuki taking the Katajime at 11:42, or 11:24. But I think there's the dyslexia popping up. As for Taz, he didn't outperform the Great Kabuki, unfortunately. Some good stuff though. Doc with an 85, Guerrero with an 81, 70 for Gordy too. Yeah, I mean it's not bad, not a bad match at all. 70 for the British Combat Club versus Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro. Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro probably should have got the win there. They were the better team. Norman, with the Norman Conquest in 2019 over Super Astro. So at least Norman outperformed Super Astro. But yeah, that's two teams that we have built that have got excellent chemistry and they're doing pretty well in All Japan. As a 67, rather, for the 8-man of Subaru-gun versus Malenko Brothers and Kenta Kobashi and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, as Kenta Kobashi now with chronic knee pain. This roster's banged up. These tours are rough, and especially with kind of how small our roster is, kind of realistically, with how many shows we run. There's a lot of guys that work basically every show of the tour. So I mean they're getting banged up for sure. As Jumbo with an 81, 77 for Dean Malenko, second best guy in this matchup. Dean Malenko, shout out the junior heavyweight champion. Taui with a 74 though, that's pretty great. But just that sucks for Kobashi with his injury, because again, having a big time title match against the Miracle Vines Alliance, and he'll definitely be affected in that match. That just sucks from the Summer Action Series, as it was Ogawa who caused it, so thanks a lot, Yoshinari Ogawa. And the 65. Yeah, really, our tour shows, we're just not really clicking because of our shitty openers, but that is on design for the most part. I am thinking about maybe cutting down the tour, cutting it off at 8, have like night 8 end it, and not do like nights 9 and 10. It's an idea, just to really, because I think it would still be a 10-show tour, and I think that'd probably be for the best. The way it's looking, because we're banged up, and we're going to be we don't need more people injured at this rate. It's a sad state of affairs right now. As Guerrero asking for a pay raise, we'll give it to him. Because, we'll just, to kind of keep up with everything. So, Crawford's out for 9 months. Jumbo with his cracked tailbone, at least he's able to, he's going to affect him for the rest of this tour, and he'll be pretty much good to go. Well, not really, because Summer Action Series 2 tour action, starts right after anyway, so that's going to suck. Kobashi's not going to be healthy until the tag, or until at least the October Giant Series, rather. Of course, Slinger, broke his neck, so he's out for almost a year. at least the Regal's tailbone's going to get healed up. Terry Funk's torn ACL. I mean, he's out for... He'll be pretty much come back, 4 days before. Kobashi's going to be 100% again. And then the herniated spinal disc, he was out. Originally, Vampiro was out for like 7 months, but the injury, the surgery was a success and dropped it down to 2. So that was nice. I think it was like basically 3 months, actually, I think, because we're a couple of weeks in since we had that surgery. But yeah, on to night 7. Alright, so what we're going to do is we took off that extra night that we had. So it's only going to go to night 8, and then after night 8, we'll run the Bruiser Brody Memorial Show, and then we'll run the Summer Action Series show. I just felt like it was, necessary. That 9th day wasn't really a necessity. And it's Taue and Ogawa versus the Malenko brothers. Taue going to beat Dean Malenko. That's a tough loss for Dean Malenko, but also... I think Taue could use this win, and it does not affect Dean at all. I think it's just a win-win from both sides there. Like to see Kawada and Fuji. I would say Kobashi and Jun Akiyama, but I think... Yeah, I think that still could work. Even with the chronic knee pain of Kobashi. So Fuji will be beating Jun Akiyama. Nice. Nice. So really, as far as... We're going to have Kobashi and Kikuchi against MVC. So that's kind of a thing that we also have to kind of plan accordingly a little bit. But, really, I think the big thing for this show... I think for a singles matchup, I would like to see maybe Dory Funk Jr. get a win, because I know he's been kind of losing a little bit here recently. He's 52, obviously he's someone that's not going to be around forever, but it would be nice to just see him beat somebody, even if it's like a Young Lion or even a Mighty Inoue. That works. It's like an undercard match. Alright, so, I was thinking doing Mitsuya Yamamoto and Masao Inoue again. And, then we'll have, as far as a Young Lion, we'll go with Yuji Nagata in this case. It's tough to really pick, like, who he could, like, have as kind of like his... I guess Kyoki Kobayashi could work in this case. And we'll have Kyoki Kobayashi get the win over Masao Inoue. Good stuff there. So we got 4 matches. I feel like we're rolling through this. Tag match. Headhunters. We might go Joel Dean and Billy Black here. That's not a terrible idea. Guess we did do that. We've done it twice already, so that might be a little too much. Honestly, Los Guerreros here. Eddie's still trying to get there as far as pop-wise. Hector can take the loss here, and it'd really be no big deal. We could have it steal the show, too. It's just, kind of laughable, as far as, like, one of the headhunters weighs as much as both Hector and Eddie do, so it's just... funny little image of this match. Yeah, I think it's gonna be better than those 2 matches, hopefully. Fingers fucking crossed. Yeah, Shinichi Nakano. And I kinda wanna have Hayabusa beat Shinichi Nakano. That might be a little... too much. Let's go with a 6-man. Let's go with Takano Brothers with Shinichi Nakano. Against the team of... Yeah, let's just go with Firecat, Candido, Hayabusa. They'll lose this time around, but I'd like to do this again where this other team wins on the right there. As we'll have George get the win. Doesn't really matter who takes the fall on that side. It's a pretty good match too, I think, really on the undercard. Hopefully there as yeah, 6 matches. So I would love to see maybe something better for the main. As far as that's tough. That's tough now I'm thinking about it, because Masao doesn't have anybody left of the Super Generation I need to team with. I guess we could go with him and Baba. Against Stan and Johnny Ace. And we'll have Johnny beat Baba. Actually, we'll have Stan beat Baba. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Poor Giant Baba. 20 minutes. Long time to be working. So we just need one more match. I think we're gonna go with a Taz Terry Gordy match. Harlemito is a good shout here. Kabuki Jun Izumaida is a good shout. Could even go with the British Combat Club. I think that's what we're gonna do, actually. British Combat Club. Regal, even though with the Bruce tailbone. Because Taz has been going on a bit of a win. As far as he's been getting some big wins. Someone should put that fire out. And Regal's gonna beat him. Even though with the injured tailbone. Should be a pretty good match, though. We might have to cut off some time. Just kind of looking at some of this. As far as, yeah, I mean, 2 hours should still be good enough, though, I think. Yep. Still within the 150 time frame. We didn't pick a venue. Yeah, we last ran here night 1. Which I think we've kind of went everywhere but Kanto as of right now, I believe. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, this is kind of our best choice. Yeah, we'll go with this again. Even though it won't be as many people as we had last show. We ran here, but that's okay. Let's run the show. 46 for our opener. Tsukanaki Kobayashi pinning Masao Inoue. Still wasn't enough to really get the crowd hot, though, unfortunately. 59 for Dory Funk Jr. and Mighty Inoue. Dory Funk Jr. with the pile driver. 9:51. 59 again for the 6th man of the Takano brothers with Shinichi Nakano against Firecat, Chris Candido, and Hayabusa, which everybody in this match did pretty goddamn well. And what's cool about this is, like, almost everybody in this match, but Firecat has been a, like, new acquisition just from the time we started this save. So that's pretty cool. Shows you how much we have kind of turned over of the roster where we started. As the Headhunters beating Los Guerreros as Headhunter A with the diving leg drop. 12:39. 60 for Taz and Jerry Gordy against British Combat Club as Steven Regal pins Taz. Yeah, even with the injury. And he was off his game. Regal still does better than Taz. Norman Smiley almost outperformed Terry Gordy. Terry Gordy, he was really off his game, though. So, there is that. But I think it was the right decision. Especially with them getting on All Asia Tag Team title matchup coming up as Masato Fuji, backdrop suplex, as Kawada and Fuji beating Jun Akiyama and Kenta Kobashi. He's got Kobashi's injury. Big toll on him, so that sucks. It's going to hurt their match, for sure. But hopefully Miracle Vine's Alliance can really drag them to a good performance. Because him and Kikuchi are going to do about the same. 74 for Taue and Ogawa against the Malenko brothers. It's Taue with the Dynamic Bomb over Dean Malenko, even though Dean outperforms him. Love that. Dean Malenko's the man. As 77 for our main, it's Mitsuhara Masawa and Giant Baba. Losing to Stan Hansen on Johnny Ace, Stan Hansen with the Lariat in 1938. It's a pretty good show, actually. We had a pretty good little tour show. That was nice. That was nice to see. Nice little change of pace. That's what happens when we don't have Akuma open up the show. So yeah, now we got our final tour show now. As Ken Kobashi, Seiyoshi Kikuchi versus the Miracle Violence Connection will be our main event. And we'll see how the rest of the matches lie. Alright, our last tour show. So we want to not run this in Kanto as much as we can. Let's see where night there we go. I was about to say, I think it was in Osaka. And I would be correct. As this is, I think Kobashi, Kikuchi, obviously, having these two teams in some fashion. Obviously, we're going to have Guerrero right there. I think it definitely could have been a main event. But now, because of the injury, it definitely is not going to be the main of this show. Which is unfortunate, because this should still be a pretty good match. Obviously, it's a tour show, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I still would have liked to put on like a pretty good main event. But there's a slight problem with what I would like the main event to be. There's really no other option with that, because Misawa would have to team with like Jun Akiyama to take on Hansen and like a Mike Gaijin Young Lion of some sort, which is fine, but at the same time it's like probably not the greatest main event. So we'll just kind of work our way down, and if we get a better main, we'll circle back around and see what happens. But for now, we'll just keep it rolling. Yes, we got the Headhunters. So we're doing the Headhunters against British Combat Club. So we might as well do the Bruisers with either Norman or Regal. We'll probably go Regal here, just to help him out a little bit. Because we'll go with Kabuki, and we'll have Regal beat Kabuki. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. This is a pretty good little match. I think, all things considered, helps Regal out. Kabuki helping out Regal around. I mean, this is what we need. And he doesn't even complain about it. We've broken his will. As, let's see here. Norman, as far as what we could do with him, maybe singles-wise, maybe even have him kind of take the tour off, or maybe take this day off, rather, not the entire tour, obviously, but something along that. I'm just kind of curious how his stats, if they've improved at all, if he's just kind of stayed where he's at. Yeah, they've improved a little bit. Because, he's 28, as, yeah, I mean, it's actually came around, yeah, he's done pretty well. His charisma's even went up. Hell yeah. We are going to sign an exclusive deal, just because I've been waiting. I was just like, let's wait till he's like close and pop to where it makes sense for him to take us over CMLL. It's pretty close, 50s, mid-50s and more low 50s. And 52 in Kanto. It's about the same, so feel like if he wants to, it's there, obviously. And, it's, you can't give a, an artificial intelligence of a fucking video game like free will, you just... Not that type of game, obviously, but he took it, so he'll be signed exclusively after this tour. But for this tag match, yeah, I do love Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, of course. Great team, love them to death. We'll do, as far as I don't... this Firecat Hayabusa teaming and Super... I mean, this is a great little matchup, obviously. And, yeah, I just think the right decision is to have the Ultimate Dragon Super Astro team get the win. Ultimate Dragon over Firecat. It just makes sense. From all accounts, really. And to be the steal of the show match, too. I think that's a nice plus. Yeah, let's use Yuji Nagata here. Yeah, we haven't used Teranishi since May. Not exactly sure when we'll use him again, but we definitely need to. Also haven't used Giant Kimala in a while. I guess we could have Giant Kimala and Yuji Nagata have a terrible little match. Because definitely, like, them the headhunters with Giant Kimal, I think that makes sense, from a trio's perspective. It's Kabuki's a little bit better, but it's about the same, really, for being honest. We really need to make Jun Akiyama and Takeo Mori an official team, because they're missing out on some chemistry, or not really, just team experience, really, more than anything, not really chemistry stuff, but... I think with how Joel Deaton and Billy Black kind of been booked recently, and we haven't done this before either, so I think they could use a win for sure. As, we'll use Shinichi Nakano, your singles match. Yeah, Shinichi Nakano and Doug Furnace. Why not? Doug Furnace could use a win to kind of amp him up for Terry Gordy. And I think that's a fine little match that we have not done before either, so perfect. Put that there. 2 more matches. Might go with a better co-main. Our main, if it's there. Yeah, it's, because we did the Malenko Brothers and Tao and Ogawa. But should we do the Malenko Brothers against Holy Demon Army, is the question. I'd say the answer is yes. And we're going to give Kawada the win over Joe Malenko. It's a hell of a match. Joe's just kind of a bit in over his head. This almost had enough time to be a 1 hour 30 show. Almost. But not quite. We still got one more match to add. And we'll go with Teranishi getting squashed. As far as for this not to suck, it's got to be somebody with some pop. Yeah, I guess Mighty Inoue can beat him. It's not gonna be a squash, but he could just still beat him in like 10 minutes, and everything be fine and whatnot. There we go. Oh yeah, that's right, Teranishi can't fucking... Yeah. He's the worst. Yeah, I like it. I like the card. Let's run it. 37 for our opener. Yeah, cool to grab a little steamroller for Mighty Inoue. It's a big fucking guy to be picking over a steamroller. To be honest. 44 for Giant Kimal and Yuji Nagata. Yeah, Yuji Nagata almost outperformed him. Giant Kimal with Air Africa. 50 for Joel Deaton and Billy Black against Jun Akiyama and Takeo Mori. It's Joel Deaton pinning Takeo Mori with the Bulldog in 10:05. And yeah, 53 for Joel Deaton. Jun Akiyama, almost the best guy in the match. Billy Black with a 48, 41 for Takeo Mori. 64 for Shinichi Nakano and Doug Furnace. I mean, Doug Furnace is the man. And showing it there with a 71. 65 for Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro against Firecat and Hayabusa. As, yeah, I mean, they definitely should have been a team, this whole time. Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro. We've used them probably about 20 times, so their experience would have been a little higher, for sure. But Ultimo Dragon pinning Firecat with the side DT. Good stuff, though. Super Astro, worst guy in that match. Thanks to him being real off his game. 77 for the Malenko Brothers and the Holy Demon Army. Dean Malenko with an 81. That is insane. For no chemistry boost or anything like that. It's Kawada pinning Joe Malenko after the Powerbomb Otashi combination in 2025. Oof. I forgot this was as high as it was. This should have definitely been moved down. It's the Headhunters with Kabuki losing to the British Combat Club. Yeah, that sucked. That should have been way before. But at least the main event is still a 79, even though Kobashi's injury plays a big factor in this one. As he gets outperformed by Yoshi Kikuchi, but still a really good match for Miracle Violence Connection. As Kobashi with a brainbuster on Terry Gordy. Shout out Terry Gordy, way to put him over, but Sucks for him. Yep, definitely would have flipped that in that, obviously. Probably should have put that way down here. That's just a my bad. Was not really thinking on that one. As now we have our Bruiser Brody Memorial Show. It is ready to go. All we have to do, we do have to change one thing, but we'll change that as, you guys won't see it, but it will just add, instead of Johnny's, Dory Funk Jr., and then we'll be ready to go, as on to that show. Alright, so it's a very generic venue, because I'm assuming there's not a venue big enough for where we're going to run. Yeah, we're going to have to be at the Tokyo Dome for this one, even though we could fill 2 of them almost to completion, but yeah, I mean that's crazy, you know, how well we're doing it. Hopefully we don't fuck it up here with this show. I mean, we shouldn't though. This should definitely deliver in a big way on Masao and Stan Hansen, as it's going to go 32. Masao's going to get the win here, and I figured. I fucking figured. As yeah, and our co-main event, of course, being the British Combat Club and Jumbo Saruta and Matsunobu Fuji. Jumbo's going to beat Regal there in 20. Sucks that Regal's hurt, but I believe he might actually be healed up now. Now I'm thinking about it, I believe it was around that time where... Let's, we'll just take a quick look real quick. Yeah, it looks like it is ready to go, so that's nice. Just, you know, Jumbo will have his cracked tailbone affect him, but, hopefully it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully not, as Saruta and Joe Malenko, Dory Funk Jr., as Dean will be beating Yoshinori Ogawa, his future challenger. A little prelude to that matchup that's happening at the Summer Action Series final show. In the Headhunters against the British Bruisers. Headhunter A will be beating Dynamite Kid. I'm sure Dynamite's gonna love that. And Doug. Oh, that's, never mind. I thought it was Doug Furnace, Terry Gordy. No, it's the Super Generation Army Miracle Vines Alliance matchup, as Junakayama will be losing to Gary Albright. Doc's the agent. We'll just bump that up to Rusher Kimura. Then Doug Furnace, Terry Gordy, and Doug Furnace will be beating Terry Gordy because, really, you know, Doug beat him during the Giant Series. You know, I think it could go back and forth, honestly. I don't think Doug needs this win too bad. Terry's been tremendous as of late. It looked like he was going down in his career, but he seems to have hit another gear, in a way, to bounce back from that. The Nakano brothers, with Shinichi Nakano, are going to beat the Fantastics, as George is going to beat Jackie. And then to open up the show, Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, who we have not made a team yet, will be beating Los Guerreros. To kick off the show's Ultimo Dragon will be beating Hector Guerrero. As we'll just go ahead and make them a team, because I'll just always forget by the time we get really going here. So, Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro. They won't have like a team name or anything. So just be that. Go ahead and change this to 2:30. How we doing on so Rusher Kimura? I know he's got this match, so we'll just go ahead and give that to Dory Funk Jr. Perfect. So our pre-show matches. We can have a singles match on one of the matches. See who's we get. So we got Kabuki, we got Kunaki Kobayashi, got Candido, got Hayabusa. I just kind of want to see what a Hayabusa Yuji Nagata match. Like, let's just... Obviously, 2 whole other ends of the spectrum as far as wrestlers go. But Hayabusa could be a young lion Yuji Nagata. Then we'll have a tag. Harlem Heat. Yes, I don't want to go with Mitsuya Momoto. Yeah, we might go Giant Kimala Great Kabuki, to be honest. And we'll have Booker beat Giant Kimala. So he's kind of on the outs, you know. We're just kind of ready to get rid of him. Bring in some new blood. So, ready for the show. 54 for the first of the 2 pre-show matches. Booker T with a 50. Stevie Ray with a 49. Ray Kabuki with a 55, the best guy in the match, obviously. And then Chad Kimmelman with a 45. That's Booker T with the Heat Seeker, 957. Yeah, 58 is Hayabusa Yuji Nagata. It's Hayabusa with a 64. Shout out Hayabusa. As he gets the one with the Falcon Arrow, 948. With a 58. As to kick off the show, we get an 80 with Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro against Los Guerreros, as Ultimo Dragon beating Hector Guerrero with a Dragon Sleeper in 1348. Good stuff. Got the show off to a strong start. Got the crowd buzzing. All that great stuff. And then it comes right back down as Jackie Fulton breaks his toe in this matchup. I'm surprised this got such a bad... I guess it everybody was like... The cap was like a 60, so... So there's that as George Chicano pins Jackie with the Tombstone Pile Driver in 1939. 83 for Doug Furnace, Terry Gordy. They did the same. Could have went either way there. But the backdrop driver for Terry Gordy. Got the crowd hotter for sure. 78 for Super Generation Army against the Miracle Violence Alliance, was Gary pinning Jun Akiyama with the Dragon Suplex Hold in 1959. As, some great stuff. Doc with his 93. Gary with an 82. Some good stuff. Kobashi's injury still outperforms everybody on his team. He's a savage. It's good stuff here. Johnny Smith, best guy in the match. And he was off his game, so shout out Johnny Smith. As Headhunter A with the diving leg drop on Dynamite Kid, though. Headhunter's getting a huge win there with the British Bruisers. 6-man gets an 80 as D. Malenko tapping out Okawa with the Texas Cloverleaf. So we'll see how they do as far as the singles match for the junior heavyweight title. Of course, D. Malenko, second best guy in the match again. He's incredible. 88 for the British Combat Club against Jumbo Saruta and Masamu Fuji. Just somewhat slowed down by injury. Masamu Fuji, though, with an 82. That's pretty impressive for not having any chemistry boost or anything like that. Regal outperformed Norman. So that's crazy. Shout out Steven Regal. That's a good little match. Very, very good. I mean, they're going to have a great All-Asia Tag Team title reign, obviously, with Jumbo and Fuji. I mean, they're doing just as good as the fucking tag champs. Yeah, 98 here. As Mitsuma Sawa gets the one to Tiger Driver in 3209. Stan Hansen a little perturbed, as we'll have to, kind of win him over with some cash and hopefully get him on the right track. Because he's just kind of an asshole with a lot of things. He's not wanting to lose a whole lot, but puts over Masawa here, like he would do in July, rather, of 1992. So, a year in the making, as far as this matchup. Obviously, they had the Champion Carnival match, too, but I'm just talking about the last, title match. But love it. And I think, the emotion, obviously, Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody, obviously very close, and to be able to have a chance to be the Triple Crown champion at the Bruiser Brody Memorial Show, very, very huge. It'd be a big deal. But he falls short of not the Cinderella story that Stan Hansen was looking for, but also, kind of put him over here. But obviously, Masawa is incredible. Tell you what, Regal did really well. I'd like to actually give some love to Masamu Fuji, to be honest. He really surprised me with his rating. Hell yeah. And now on to the Summer Action Series show. Good luck topping that. Maybe Kobashi can pull it off, him and Kikuchi against Miracle Minds Alliance. I doubt it, but we shall see. Alright, let's see. We'll probably run this in Kanto as well, because, well, we kind of can. Even with us already running here, we'll be just fine. Well, we are just fine running at the Tokyo Dome back-to-back as far as a week between the dates. As, for this card, for those who kind of forget, because it has been a while since we talked about it, we'll give a quick little shout as far as looking at what we have. And for, obviously, our main event, the tag team title matchup, Kenta Kobashi, Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against the Miracle Vines Alliance. So Gary Albright will be beating Kikuchi there. Gary Albright, the fucking man, of course. And basically the idea... we'll probably add this to a post-show angle. We've been kind of, not really been doing a lot of angles as far as post-show and whatnot. But really the idea is after Albright has beaten Kikuchi and Kobashi and they're in the back, in their little press conference of the champagne and all that shit, Gary Albright is just like, I got some unfinished business with Mitsuha Misawa. You know, you beat Doc. I beat you at the Champion Carnival. I'm the next challenger. I'll see you at the second part of the Summer Action Series. So yeah, but that's going to be our main. It'll be Gary Albright and Misawa. So Gawa and Dean Malenko for the junior title. This should be a really good match. Of course, we did this way back when. As far as that was 77 when we did it at the Giant Series in 1992. Should be pretty damn close to an 85 with Malenko's rating. We'll see. And then the tag match of the Holy Demon Army and Jun Akiyama, Mitsuha Misawa. Kawada's going to beat Jun Akiyama there in 20. Then we'll have Ultimate Dragon and Super Astro against the Fantastics. Which, or actually, no. Well, this is, we could go ahead and add this, but Ultimate Dragon over Jackie Fulton. I don't know if we have a Steal the Show match already, so we'll just kind of leave that there. But, yeah, this Jumbo Saruta Dory Funk Jr. matchup, which I love to death. Jumbo's going to beat him 23 minutes. As then we have Fuji and Hector Guerrero, which is kind of like a number one contendership-like matchup, as Fuji's going to beat Hector. That's probably going to be, we'll probably do Fuji and Ultimo during the next tour. Fuji beat him and have Fuji, and maybe, we'll see. I think it all comes down to timing, really, because obviously Fuji is a All-Asia, tag champ with Jumbo, so it's kind of an interesting dilemma between those two as far as when we can do a match or anything. But we're at the British Combat Club rather, and the Nakano brothers with Shinichi Nakano and Kanki Kobayashi. So Norman's gonna beat Kanki Kobayashi there. Then the opener, which we had Richard Slinger, which is hilarious because he's obviously got a broken neck. So we'll look and see who we could pick that will fit the bill. I'm just gonna throw out in Johnny Ace or Dan Spivey. I guess we'll go Johnny Ace here, because this match makes no goddamn sense, as it definitely doesn't make any sense now for this team on the right to win. Johnny Ace will be beating Mr. No Gimmicks Needed, Chris Candido, to kick off the show. So this will be the Steal the Show match. Bump this up to 230 again. Yeah, a lot. Shinichi Nakano and Shunji Nakano both got injured during the sim at other shows, so we'll definitely be signing them to exclusive deal because I'm tired of that happening. It's very, very frustrating to deal with. These guys are spending about $40K on talent with pay, travel, all that. That seems pretty cheap just for that, and obviously you got the contracts on top of it. But we'll go with, as far as a pre-show match, singles match first time around, as we'll go with Eddie versus Joe Malenko. Joe's gonna put over Eddie. Love how I just do crazy shit on pre-shows where no one's gonna see it. Just making Joe Malenko upset for no goddamn reason. We'll keep him strong at least. We're pissing off a lot of people, so I'm trying to hold back now. But next pre-show matchup, we're gonna go with Harlem Heat and the Headhunters. Not a bad match. Even though we did it back in night 4, that was a 55, but we might go. Well, yeah, let's change it up a little bit. Let's give it a 6-man. We'll go Headhunters. Go Harlem Heat. Oh, they're already over there. Idiot. As Kabuki. Kabuki over here, and to join the Harlem Heat side, we'll go with Takeo Mori, I guess. Sure. Not like it fucking matters, but we'll just have Headhunter B beat Takeo Mori. And there we go. Summer Action Series 1. It's in the books. Just gotta double check everything. Yeah, so many injuries. 4 injuries on this card. Plus a lot of people used a little too much, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So let's run the show. 64 for the first of the two pre-show matches. Headhunter beating Takeo Warrior, the diving leg drop. Headhunters are almost in the 70s. 63 for Eddie and Joe. Eddie Guerrero outperformed him. He's the man. Gets the win with the frog splash. 66 for the openers. Johnny Ace pinning Candido with the Ace Crusher. Hayabusa, second best guy in the match. Unreal. It's Johnny Ace wins with the Ace Crusher. 69 here with Norman and of the British Combat Club beating the Takano brothers. Shinichi Nakano and Kiyaki Kobayashi's Norman with the Norman Conquest. He is the best guy in this matchup. Right choice there for the win. 74 for Hector and Masato Fuji, as Fuji getting the win with the backdrop suplex at 1940. 74, that's a really good match. 80 for Ultimo Dragon Super Astro against the Fantastics, with Ultimo Dragon pinning Jackie Fulton with the side DT. So good stuff here. Good stuff. 89 for Jumbo Saruta and Dory Funk Jr. as Jumbo Saruta pinning Dory Funk Jr. with the backdrop suplex and 23-27. And 88 for the Holy Demon Army against Masawa and Jun Akiyama, as Jun Akiyama tapping out to the Kawada Crab. Kawada and Masawa, 94s, with the chemistry boost. Obviously, Taue doing great there in his role. And then Okawa and Dean Malenko's on 90, as that is his first defense of his All Japan Junior Heavyweight title. Dean Malenko beating Yoshinori Aragawa again with the Texas Clover Leaf. And another 90 for our main event. It's hard to beat that first show, but I think it still did a very good job, especially with what our kind of hand was dealt with. If Kobashi wasn't injured, this would have been a lot better, but it is what it is. I still think it's a great show. And, yeah, I mean, we'll gladly take that. Sure, it doesn't gain any pop, but I think the card having an 89, 88, and two 90s, that's great. You know, that's really great. Let's give some love to Kenta Kobashi for being the man and working through that injury. Just being a savage about it. Let's give some love to Taue, just to try and help him out a little bit, and, I think who else we should probably, myself for G again, maybe. Ultimo Dragon we've given a lot of love to, maybe Super Astro. We're just trying to give it to, a lot of different people now, as, please everybody. Awesome. So, thank you all for watching. This will be a slight delay, as I'm seeing. I'm realizing, this might not even make it to Saturday. So that's unfortunate, but it will definitely be up Sunday, so you'll probably be seeing it Sunday. So it does suck. We all, had a very hectic week as far as here, so that sucks to have that be reflected in the YouTube schedule, but that's okay. We'll be back to normal scheduling. I know I'm going to try to also have, for those who are interested in the Fire Pro stuff, hopefully we'll upload that on Sunday as well. But right now it's a bit hectic, that's for sure. Might miss the week. It might be the next week. But we might be stealing Jushin Liger, is what I'm seeing. See if we can. He's dead. Oh, damn. Well, with that, Mr. Perfect will be fun now. Kurt Hennig. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for part 2 of the Summer Action Series tour, as it's, we'll be a full year in. See how many shows we've done. Bet it's but almost 120. Not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you all, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.